Was Borat, yes, that Borat behind YouTube's decision to suspend President Donald Trump's YouTube account? Possibly. In this video, we're going to ask a specific question, which is how much does public opinion, specifically celebrity opinion, factor into big tech's decision-making ability when it comes down to whether or not they're going to suspend, block, or deplatform a creator? It's going to be an interesting video, and I promise you there'll be more bad Borat puns than there are shitty political takes. Yakshamesh! That's from Borat, right? Welcome back to Shadowbanned. I'm your host, Bobby, the YouTube channel where we talk about everything social media censorship. Every day, we're bringing you a new story from the latest influencer, politician, or hip-hop artist to celebrity who's been blocked, banned, or shadow banned by social media. So please smash that like button because you never know, we could be next. Here's what's happening. YouTube is suspending President Donald Trump's channel. Now, YouTube was the last to fall. So far, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even Pinterest have blocked President Donald Trump's, and YouTube was seen as the last haven, the last safe space for Donald Trump, but no longer. YouTube is suspending President Donald Trump's channel for at least 1 week and potentially longer after his channel earned a strike under the platform's policies, the company saying Tuesday evening. A recent video on Trump's channel had incited violence, YouTube told CNN Business. That video has now been removed. YouTube initially declined to share details of the video that earned Trump the strike, but said that after 1 week timeout, it will revisit the decision, meaning Donald Trump is only banned for YouTube for 1 week. On other channels, he's banned forever, or at least for the foreseeable future. In this video, we're not going to talk about why Donald Trump has been suspended. In the past videos where I've covered this, a lot of people leave in the comments, you're not talking about why it happened. I have never gotten a comment on one of these videos from someone that says, Donald Trump got suspended? Man, what happened? You guys can figure it out yourself, and there's people that aren't monkeys like me that will probably articulate their thoughts better on the situation. We're specifically talking about the tech, algorithm, social media side of things. If that's what you want, this is the right channel. If you want political opinion, why would you listen to me? So people are saying that this suspension came from Sasha Cohen. That's right, the actor who plays Borat. People are saying that YouTube was left up and it was going to be fine until YouTube saw major pushback from people on Twitter, specifically celebrities like Borat. Now, once celebrities like Borat found out that Trump wasn't suspended on YouTube, there were calls for Susan Wojcicki, I think I got her name right, the CEO of YouTube, to resign. People were publicly arguing that YouTube needs to follow suit. Here is what Sasha Cohen has been saying. YouTube suspends Trump, but only for 1 week. With YouTube's 3 strikes rule, Trump gets to incite violence 2 more times before it bans him. Are you kidding? Retweet to tell YouTube and Susan, prevent more violence, ban Trump permanently. Now, if you look at Sasha Cohen's entire Twitter, it's dedicated to getting Trump removed from YouTube. Trump's YouTube channel has gained over 30,000 subscribers this week. Other companies are cutting ties. YouTube is profiting. YouTube is the new Trump TV. It goes on and on and on and on. Constant calls for YouTube to ban the platform. Ban the platform. Ban the platform. Plan the platform. It's just one of those days. Now, the question of the day is this. Was YouTube planning on not suspending Trump until there was public backlash? Was there reasons under YouTube's specific guidelines to ban Trump? Or is this something to just appease the masses? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which brings me back to my original opinion on all of this, which is simply transparency. I think that every social media platform should at least have a public representative to arbitrate or kind of facilitate and let the people know exactly what happened in the actions that they took for several reasons. One, there are people that are saying that social media platforms are no longer a place for conservatives. Regardless if that's true or not, as a company that serves all Americans and even more than that, the entire world, you have a duty to at least calm people down and go, no, that's not what's happening. Here's exactly what's happening, and here are the actions that we took. I think that these companies, from a public standpoint, since people, the argument seems to be right now, they're a public company, they can do whatever they want. That's true, but as a public company, consumers are the ones that grow the platform and creators and consumers. So I just think there's some duty for them to at least be transparent. That's the only call I have. My opinion isn't left or isn't right. It's simply a call for transparency. And I say to those who say this is only about Trump to think outside of Trump for a minute, because remember, these bans affect other creators. For example, the people that speak about Trump. And what happens when a ban like this occurs is Donald Trump will be banned, but then creators who speak about Donald Trump will be shadow banned, whether it's positive or negative, because the algorithms pick up certain keywords and flag it as spam, which is a conversation for another day. So this video wouldn't be fair unless I actually let Sasha Baron Cohen himself speak to let you know exactly why he thinks that President Trump should be banned from YouTube. And not only President Trump, why he thinks people that incite violence, specifically people that incite hate, shouldn't have a place on YouTube's platform and all platforms for that matter.
Democracy, which depends on shared truths, is in retreat, and autocracy, which depends on shared lies, is on the march. Hate crimes are surging, as are murderous attacks on religious and ethnic minorities. Now, what do all these dangerous trends have in common? I'm just a comedian and an actor, I'm not a scholar, but one thing is pretty clear to me. All this hate and violence is being facilitated by a handful of internet companies that amount to the greatest propaganda machine in history.
No, I saw that video months ago, whenever it came out, and my immediate thought, I'm not gonna lie to you, was I think that this guy is a hypocrite. Specifically because I think that consumers are able to give consent. For example, I'm able to play Grand Theft Auto and not murder people. I'm able to listen to hip hop music and not do things that they talk about in hip hop music. In the same way, I'm able to watch conservative content or liberal content and not just be consumed with their ideas. But now, after what he was saying came to fruition, or let's just say the topics he was discussing in that video were expanded upon in the recent events. That's me tiptoeing around the situation there. I just think that the speech should be viewed a little different. In which way should it be viewed? That's up to you. I just think that the speech brings on a new light, which is evident by all of these people now sharing this video again, now that they feel it's more relevant than ever. Now, the last part of this video, which could have been a separate video on its own, is going to do two things. One, it's going to tie into my original argument in this video, which states that there's a possibility that YouTube's suspension of Trump could have been for external reasons and was motivated by public opinion. And two, it's going to talk about the social media censorship of another conservative group. So here's what's happening to a Facebook group called Students for Trump. Unbelievable, says Ryan Fournier, who is the president of Students for Trump. We are locked out of Students for Trump until after Inauguration Day. No violations, no warnings, nothing. So he has a Facebook group called Students for Trump. Facebook, of course, currently believes that Trump and his fan base are inciting violence. So their solution is kind of a close your eyes until this is over approach, which is we're going to suspend these large pro-Trump accounts until Inauguration Day is over, and then hopefully the violence will cease. I don't particularly know their motives, nor do I care to get into the politics of it. However, it's a really hands-off approach into saying that the trouble is brewing before Inauguration Day, and after it will subside. This seems to be the exact same approach that YouTube has taken. They're saying that we're going to wait this out. We're only going to suspend Trump for a week, which happens to be after inauguration takes place for President-elect Joe Biden. I'm not going to argue for either. I'm simply going to bring it up, and I'm going to ask you what you think in the comments below. Do you think that YouTube ever had the intention of banning Trump? Until public opinion steamrolled so hard that they couldn't ignore it? Do you think that they want to ban Trump? Do you think that they were right for banning Trump? Do you think that this is just them putting a Band-Aid over the situation and hoping things kind of subside after Inauguration Day, the same that Facebook is doing here? Really, really interesting stuff. Remember, this week is going to be fairly political just because everything that's happening in the news. But the next story that I'm going to do today is about an influencer that got banned because she, wait for it, made fun of a homeless child. Okay, that's not a funny situation, but it's an interesting one and it's not political. So stick around for that video. It's going to come out later today. Let me know suggestions in the comments below. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to send me any questions. Thoughts is always welcome below. I'm going to stop talking. See you guys in the next one. Peace.